Call the Alan Cox Show. 216-578-1007 or 1-800-348-1007.
Panis Femming. Is it penis or panis?
Penis.
Penis Femming. Back there in the video department. Comedian Ian Bagg will join us shortly, a little closer to 4:30. Always fun to catch up with him. He hasn't been on the show since we've moved downtown here. That's why I like telling comics who come in and they're doing Hilarities, I go, we're just down the street. You don't have to haul ass in a car out to Oak Tree anymore. You can just walk right down on a beautiful, breezy, breezy, sunny Cleveland day. I don't even know what the temperature is outside.
It's like 60 degrees. 60
it looks
plus.
nice. There's people walking around. They look happy. My
62 degrees.
My telephone thermometer says 62 degrees. That's right. 62. Imagine that. Now, the Cavs aren't in town tonight, but they beat Detroit very handily last night here at home. 113-85. There's simply no way to know what that point differential is, but it's sizable. Was that 30 points, 28 points?
Yeah.
Holy Magoli.
And that was without Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. They took them to the woodshed.
Right. A rumor that Kevin Love's contract might be bought out.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Poundcake, what do you think about that? A scenario in which elder statesman of the Cavaliers, Kevin Love, has he been with the team for 10 years?
Not quite.
But a while, long time.
Yeah, got him in 2000.
He's seen a lot of people come and go. Is anybody currently on the Cavaliers been there longer than Kevin Love?
No, he is the longest. Yeah.
He may wind up on the buyout market. He's fallen out of their rotation, has not played in the last 8 games. So he probably doesn't have a lot of trade value. But they are paying him $29 million.
Wow.
And this is the last year of his current contract.
I don't have that much, but I'd offer, something.
Offer for what, though?
To buy him.
And then do what?
I don't know. He's mine. I could do whatever I want with him, right?
Yeah. This isn't a slave auction. He's got a contract, and the Cavaliers would probably just pay the money and say, see you later. Now, if you could set up a GoFundMe and generate, let's make it an even $30 million. What would, because obviously in a situation like this, professional sports, you get bought out. Kevin Love's going to ride off into the sunset. I don't know that he has.
I think he'll probably sign with another team.
You think?
Yeah.
At 35, he's like, I want to. But wouldn't he want to retire as a Cavalier? Wouldn't he go do like 3 seasons with the Thunder and then come back here and hang his jersey? He's not going to retire as a Timberwolf.
I think he'll probably retire as a Cavalier, but I think, it's one of those things where he'll go maybe to Portland because he's from that area.
Oh, he is?
Yes. Or if he ends up on a championship roster, he's still a good guy to have in the locker room.
Okay.
He's, someone gets hurt, having that depth isn't going to hurt you.
Gotcha.
Especially if you don't have to pay that kind of price for him.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
I think he'll end up on a roster.
All right, well, there you go.
I could see him reuniting with LeBron.
He played Little League with Klay Thompson.
Kevin Love, pretty tall guys to be playing Little League, right?
Yeah, he grew up in Oregon, born in Southern California, but grew up in Oregon.
Speaking of Oregon, did you see that trailer for Air?
I did. The Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, long hair Bateman, the making of the Air Jordan.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Yeah, I think it looks great. He's not playing Phil Knight, is he?
Ben Affleck is playing Phil Knight.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
So Matt Damon is the guy who said, let's take an unsigned kid. Michael Jordan was like,
let's take a guy that's never
not even
played an NBA game,
right,
and give him this contract and build our brand around it. What a gamble. Didn't pay off.
We have kids in the Philippines lined up to make these shoes. You simply can't pass on this. I think Viola Davis, is she in there playing Michael Jordan's mom?
Yeah, she's playing his mom. I don't know who's playing Michael Jordan. I don't think Michael Jordan's in it that much.
I was going to say, I imagine they would cast somebody to just show up at the end as Michael Jordan.
Or they just use classic game footage.
Right. Is Michael Jordan cast? I don't see that in the cast listing. Matt Damon is Sonny Vaccaro. Ben Affleck is Phil Knight. Bateman's in it. Chris Messina. Chris Tucker. A great cast.
Great cast. And
Tom Papa.
Oh.
Our buddy Tom Papa plays Stu Inman. He was a guy who started the Portland Trail Blazers. And since Nike is a Pacific Northwest company, that's probably where that comes through. He was an assistant coach at Lake Oswego High School, alma mater of, coming full circle, Kevin Love.
Got it. Took a minute, but got it.
So there you go. But, yeah. I think Air is I don't like the name. Listen, it's short and it's sweet, and it's probably a great name for that movie for what it is. I don't know, man. I don't like any movie that has Air in the title and is not immediately followed by the word Bud. That's what I need in a movie. The word Air, the word Bud, and then a really high number. That's what I expect. Alan, that guy who wants his wife to refer to him as a pilot, I'm a United States Postal Service worker, and I tell people I'm a male escort.
Hey, dude, that's just clever. That's fun. I love that.
That's good. What do you do for a living? I'm a male escort. Oh, really? Yes, except it's M-A-I-L. I'm a professional dog puncher. Oh, what, really? That sounds dangerous, huh? I'm a male escort. I'm surrounded by dogs, but they pay for it. The whole reason to get bought out, Alan, is to go play for a contender.
Yeah.
So they buy him out, and then he goes, I'm going to go play for a team that's going to win this year. I'm Kevin Love. Look at me. Yeah, okay. Let's go to a Broadway show. He's like Wayne and Garth. They should cast Michael B. Jordan as Michael Jordan.
That's
well,
so
yeah, he's
so confusing.
He's too jacked to play Michael Jordan, right?
And
He's
not really tall enough either.
He's in prize fighter. Yeah, short, and he's in prize fighter shape.
I don't think he's short, but he's not
I was gonna
6'6".
say, how do they do that? Because all the athletes, when they do biopics of all like a Michael Jordan or a LeBron James, they're not gonna have them be the actual size.
No,
it's
so
Hollywood.
You do cast as tall as you can, though. Like you take a show like the one about the Lakers, and they had
Time.
Yeah, they had generally decently tall actors playing all the parts. So you're not going to get someone to be 7'1" and play Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You'll get someone that's 6'8", 6'9", and you can cheat it the rest of the way.
I was gonna say I'd much rather have a lookalike and then just have them all in up camera angles, so they all look like
super tall.
It's like Space Jam. They all look super tall.
I mean, they can de-age Harrison Ford to put him in Indiana Jones. I think they can cheat someone's height.
Just deep fake everybody. Just put their faces on.
God, Harrison Ford. I love Harrison Ford. He's so crusty. He's like, this is an 80-year-old guy who is working nonstop, and it sounds like he just wants nothing to do with it. There's a great article on him in Variety. He was like, he's like, the interviewer's like, there's a rumor that you're kind of socially anxious. He goes, I'm not socially anxious. Just people bore me easily. I don't have time to listen to your awful stories. So I like to be by myself. I'm 80. And he's got like 5 things coming out.
I haven't
the
watched
Indiana
that show.
Jones, he's in that Shrinking with Jason Segel.
Is that any good?
I've heard it's awful. And
Really?
so I'm that's on my back burner right now. But he's also in he's in a bunch of things. He's in the Yellowstone prequel. He's doing the Cowboys thing with Helen
that's
Mirren.
right, yeah.
They're doing another season of that. But the guy's 80. He's like, I know who I am. I mean, he didn't even get famous until he was like 40. So he's, I don't have social anxiety. Everybody just bores me. Okay. I like him in Anchorman 2. He's great in that.
The only good part of Anchorman 2
was Harrison Ford. Remember Misha Barton? Remember an actress named Misha Barton?
Yeah, what was she?
She got famous on a show called The O.C.
Okay.
I never watched that show. But she's done things since then, but I think she blew up with all those kids from The O.C. And she said that when she was 19, her publicist told her it would be a really big career boost for her if she would sleep with Leonardo DiCaprio, who was 30 at the time.
Where's the lie?
So,
what 19-year-old wouldn't want to sleep with a 30-year-old?
A girl is trying to be a legitimate actress.
No,
Does not want to be like, I'm 19, I don't want to sleep with Leonardo DiCaprio.
How many serious actresses have linked up with other serious actors?
But in their own free time. But how many people do you really think have had their careers helped by actually sleeping with somebody?
I don't know. Jump on it.
They put you bang and they give you the sixth role on the call sheet in one movie. That's all they owe you. They don't owe you a career.
If you didn't bang, you probably would have the seventh right
on. She said, when I was 19 years old, my publicist said that you could get a huge career. Now, to be fair, her publicist's name was, get this right, Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know who that guy is, but he was probably, he was pretending to be somebody else. He's pretending to be John Barron. You should sleep with Leonardo DiCaprio. Because everybody gives this guy a hard time. I'm not quite sure why. It reeks of professional jealousy. There's nothing illegal about it. Everybody makes the jokes that, she's too old for him. How old is she? 21. He likes young girls, and they seem to like him. He's never been married. He doesn't have kids. He's 48 years old. I don't understand the problem with this. When did everybody get so proper about Hollywood? Just because you have access to people all the time now.
Movement.
Huh?
It's kind of a big movement.
But he hasn't done anything wrong. He hasn't done anything. There's no evidence whatsoever or rumors that he's ever done anything untoward to these women. There's no evidence that he was like grooming her from,
and that's what gets on my nerves. Like, I don't understand.
I mean, when she was 19, he was 30. He was still a young guy. Yes. And they were like, hey, listen, get on board with this guy. I'm sure she's not the only person that got told that. They said that he's never dated anybody past their 25th birthday. That's probably not true. That's probably like Hollywood hyperbole. Yeah. But this 19-year-old model that they both said they weren't dating. They just, but he was going out with Giselle before Tom Brady. Like, he made his way around Hollywood. He broke up with Giselle when she turned 25. That's coincidence.
It's kind of a pattern.
That's coincidence.
See, my problem is I have a real issue with women like her because she makes it bad for people like me who do just want to sleep with like the celebrities. They don't want to be taken seriously. And so now she's ruining it for the rest of us.
Well, but here's the thing, because people go, that'd be like if David Harbour was dating Millie Bobby Brown. She's 18. Except that we became familiar with Millie Bobby Brown when she was a child. So that, to me, optically is a different thing. Stranger Things started when these kids were 11 or 12. Yeah, she's 18 now. David Harbour's married and all that kind of stuff. He's got Lily Allen. She's super foxy. But if Leonardo DiCaprio meets a 19-year-old, first of all, I don't know what the hell you'd have to talk with about a 19-year-old, but whatever. But the girl on The Last of Us is 19 years old. They're like, what if she was going out with Pedro Pascal? Yeah, it looks, because that girl looks like she's 10 years old. So it's all optics. But again, the guy's not doing anything wrong. And she didn't date Leonardo DiCaprio, this Misha Barton. She's like, I didn't do it. But the guy said, hey, listen, Leo and Giselle just broke up. There's room in there for you. And he's a good-looking dude. He's never changed his hairstyle. He's never changed his look. He's clearly not worried about, you'll see him on pictures on boats with his shirt off. Mm-hmm. Full-on dad bod.
Dude,
he's never, gotten ripped for... I'm not saying I care either. I'm saying this is a guy who knows who he is. Everybody applauds Harrison Ford, and basically Harrison Ford is like every other garden variety old guy. He just happens to be famous. Any old guy would go, I know who I am. People bore me. Yeah, that's everyone's grandfather. It's just that it's Harrison Ford saying it, so people go, ooh. But Leonardo DiCaprio knows who he is. He's almost 50. He probably feels weird about being single and 50 in Hollywood. All those other guys got married. McConaughey got married. Matt Damon got married. Affleck got married a couple of times. Leo's out there. Remember he used to have the Poon Posse?
Oh, yeah.
It was him, Tobey Maguire. I mean, when you're rolling with Tobey Maguire, of course you're going to look like a rock star.
I think he's...
And one for Spider-Man, nobody would know who Tobey Maguire was. But
what about that?
It was. Well, I'm
he was
paraphrasing.
in Seabiscuit.
Huh?
Wasn't he in Seabiscuit? That was
Who?
a big movie. Tobey Maguire.
Probably. That's what I'm saying.
Pleasantville. Are you saying Pleasantville wasn't a tentpole property?
It
launch
was
his career
because DiCaprio is like best friends with Q-Tip. So it was the two of them. It was Tobey Maguire. It was Lucas Haas. Remember him, the kid from Witness?
Oh, yeah.
And Kevin Connolly, who was E on friggin' Entourage. So yes, of course, you're gonna look like King Dong if you're Leonardo DiCaprio. Your buddies on Entourage, you were in Titanic. So he's, it's probably been a little rotating door over there. I think David Blaine was in and out of that group for a while. Ethan Suplee was in the Poundcake Posse. And I don't know if it's a hierarchy, but I bet you if it were, Leo is at the top. On a similar note, Ron Jeremy is probably not going to get tried for rape because he has severe dementia and they're putting him in a mental hospital.
Aww.
So that's his entire rape trial has been derailed. He looks like a dude from Duck Dynasty now.
He just looks
But they're like, he doesn't know what's going on with anything. They can't put him through this trial. So that's a lot of, pardon the pun, that's legal blue balls for the people who are hoping to get some kind of verdict against Ron Jeremy. But they're like, he can't even, his cognitive abilities are simply not there. So they put him in a mental hospital, and I don't think anybody thinks he's going to get out of there. Why'd you say, aw? Aw,
because he
Ron
looks
Jeremy.
like smeared paint. Like, he just looks like a blob of clay there that they tried to make into something.
Well, he was never a handsome guy. He just happened to get older, and that's not going to be kind to anybody, let alone a guy that looks like him.
Ugh.
They called him the Hedgehog, for Christ's sake.
So it's awe. I don't care who you are. Dementia is a very serious thing. I've never seen dementia on a person until my grandmother on my dad's side. I didn't even get a chance to know who she was. I only knew her as this demented old woman who I was related to, apparently, and we had to take care of her. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is my kin. So I was like, I might get this. It might skip a generation. So that's all I was thinking. I was like, I don't want this disease. She didn't know where she was. She didn't know who we were.
Yeah, no, it'd be awful for people where that runs in their family.
Yeah, we were like just some black people taking care of this old white lady. I'm already paranoid enough, and I'm supposed to be in the air quotes the right state of mind.
Uh-huh.
Imagine if I
was. They thought you were trying to get into her will.
Oh, please. No. Yeah, right. As if she's like, I still know my card numbers. she's grabbing her purse as we're trying to lift her up to bathe her.
She's clutching her pearls.
She's like Aretha Franklin when she would bring her purse on stage. She's like, I'm bathing with my purse on, so I know you people won't take anything.
She's treating Poundcake like Bagger Vance, running away from him.
He's the help. I am Helpful Brown, Grandma.
You are. That's true. If you listen on iHeartRadio, you can leave us messages there, too, on the talkback button.
All right, listen, everybody knows that I listen to your podcast, okay, because I need to keep tabs on the lies that you're talking about me. Now, I realize this is several days old, and you don't like to play my content because you don't like to let me defend myself because liberals don't like to hear the other side of the coin. Now, everybody knows that a little sucky and a little bath time, there's nothing wrong with that, okay, when you go to your mistress's house, all right? Everybody knows this. All right, this is not a secret, okay?
Well, I forgot about Alex Jones asking his mistress. Well, Alex Jones listens to the show.
Yeah.
Leaving a message there about the sucky.
He loves it.
Look at that. That's nice, man.
Sucky.
Alex Jones.
Boy, those texts of his that came out in that trial, they keep rolling those out.
So funny.
I feel like he was drinking like 5 bottles of vodka every day and like, what? Are you trying to tell me that Alex Jones didn't have it all together? What? That's crazy.
1776!
Now that dude's sober. I got a break here. Our buddy Ian Bagg is going to join us shortly. He is doing the weekend right around the corner at Hilarities, so we'll catch up with him. I'll also have Fall Out Boy tickets for you when I get out to that show at Blossom this summer. I will hook it up coming back. And then 4:30 is going to be that next chance for you to grab some money, $1,000 to go fund yourself.
This is the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app or